Hey, what's up? Alright. I know it's a bit late, everybody, but hey, it is what it is right now. And yeah, tonight we'll be just going over a few pepper plants, talking about a few things out here right now. Um, I'll be able to talk about a couple things, but not go over everything. It's a little dark out here and be going all over everything right now. So, hey, what's up, Lemon Poppy? How you doing? Hope you're doing well. Happy Saturday. All right. All right. Go over a couple things here. Let's see. Let's see. I got this one plant right here. Hey, Lemon Poppy, check this out. Now, this plant right here, see with all these little peppers on it, is sangria. Now, this one's different in the fact that because of the coloration. Most people typically, when they see sangrias, they see them in the purple stage and then convert into the red. Well, this is the same plant. I had the variation come up where that it typically, it typically, or it's growing with the white color, then fades into the red. But it's still the same plant structure, produced like crazy, but it's producing a different color. So that's what's awesome about this. I mean, I've been doing, I don't know why, but it's done that several times with me. And then get this out of the planter. Now, all right. These are Hungarian wax, or some people may say spicy banana pepper. All right. This one's what they call sweet snack and pepper or lunchbox. I'll be able to show a little bit better when it's a little dark for that. And all right. This one's more of a white bell pepper. Got these ones, the seeds for that off of eBay, of all places. A lot of people don't like getting off of that eBay because, some people haven't gone to it that well or that reputable of places. Uh, this one's a ghost pepper. Got it in not a big container, but doing pretty well. And then almost everything. Right. Now, this plant's a ghost pepper plant as well. It's just not producing all that much. I had pulled it out of the ground because it must have had an issue with root rot, but I, and it looks like it's recovering from that now. So that's a plus. And this one here is a cross of mine. So let's see. I haven't had a chance to take a good look at it in the past couple of days. But yeah, so I mean, bushing out rather nicely. Doing pretty well in the container. Alright. Got this habanero. Just picked it right off the plant. Uh-oh. Oh, got away from me. What? Yeah. Too bad I didn't have a flashlight or something with me. I'll take you around and show you some more plants. Show a couple other plants. I can't see them too well. But basil right there. Marigold. But alright guys. I'll take y'all back inside where y'all can see stuff better. Alright. Alright, give me 1 second everybody. Alright. Alright. Now alright, peoples. This is what I'm gonna do. Try to set everything up here quick. Still got that pineapple plant in here. What's up, Mary? Yeah, if you just popped in here, I'm setting it still. I just got back in the house here, so. Sorry, that was a pepper burp. That habanero. All right. Now we're just I don't got plants in here that I can show, but yeah, Mary, I can do that. I was thinking about doing that sometime tomorrow, possibly. So if you can, or if you got the time, go ahead and tune in for that, because I will be doing a showing of some of my plants sometime soon again. But I probably should have done a video earlier today of me harvesting some tomatoes. I had gotten a rather large planter, near a little more than half full of tomatoes earlier today, and I didn't pick them all. I still got plenty to pick, but it'll take me a little while because I got to go in under the canopy, reach around different ways to get some of these tomatoes. The tomato plants are really taking off this year, and producing heavily. Um, but uh, so yeah, um, but so yeah, just I might have to do a separate video on some of the tomato plants themselves, but not sure yet. But hold on. Have these in my back pocket. That makes it for awkward something to sit on. All right. But but yeah, Mary, if you want to see some more of those videos, please stay tuned. Right, yeah. But yeah. Hey, what's up, Bo? I appreciate you stopping by. Oh, I was just reading the messages. Oh, so no, I was just but no, I grow. What was that again? Let me see what that says. You grow all winter long, don't you? Well, I got I got a pineapple plant right now. I should have been having it out during the summer, but this has been a crazy year in the winter, and I've been kind of busy with some other things. So yeah, I didn't have the time. I didn't have the time to take this outside because the pineapple plant in the container it's in is with the plants that are in there is roughly it feels like it's about 100 pounds or something. But in order to carry that in the way I have to carry it, it's a bit awkward of a carry. And with all the branches everywhere, I have to rearrange everything up here just to get it down to a path that'll be legit for it to go outside because this thing's just reaching everywhere. Um, so this is the one I'm mainly growing indoors. This is actually I'm still growing it indoors. Here um I'll show you guys. Here, let me turn right here. Oh, all right. Now that's just a part of it. I'll show it better here in a second. But all right, sorry about that weird angle. But yeah, so there's actually a couple pineapple plants in there, and I'm just trying to, I'll just I don't know. By the time I bring it out, it'll be maybe a month or so before it gets too cold. And with the way this weather is going, I can't guarantee everything's going to go smooth. Um, Mary, actually, a couple of seasons ago, it actually did produce inside. Not too long after or within a couple months after I brought it in a few seasons ago, it produced a pineapple. And so it was actually rather nice with the way it came out. If you're if you're familiar with the pineapples in the way I am, I like eating pineapples. If you cut open if you, I'm pretty sure you have seen the inside of a pineapple, how it's got that golden yellowish color to it, or that bright yellow color to it. Well, eh, okay, here let me rephrase this one. If you ever see how pineapples look in the stores where they got a lot of green and kind of looking like they've got a brownish spots on the outside, well, the pineapple I had growing in here actually was um was all entirely gold colored, like golden yellow color, like the inside of the pineapple on the outside. So it was different in that fact because it was just that bright gold color inside and out. But the leaves on the top of the pineapple were like this thing high, and that was just on the pineapple itself. And what's that was pretty cool. I mean, granted, it may not be the same as the ones from Hawaii because you grow them in places like Hawaii, man. And I think it's something to do within the dirt and the tropical climate area that they come out awesome. But you still can't beat fresh grown, your own grown fruits. Like say, especially pineapple. Pineapple came out. It came out like it was sweet, but it was tart. It was sweet and tart at the same time. It was kind of that odd mixture. Um, but it was different. I'm not saying anything bad, but it was just different because I mean it is. But now, basically, um, the leaves on the branch, the greenery on this is just large. Um, but yeah, everybody. This pineapple isn't all that difficult to grow with plant. Um, it's just how you're trying to get it started. Like with this, I didn't cut it use it from a topping of a plant or any topping from that or the top of a pineapple or anything like that or cutting. It started from it started from a small plant originally, and then after that produced a pineapple. Cut the pineapple off, and then I put that. Then after it was growing, I didn't. I at the time I had no experience at all with the pineapple and or growing pineapple. And when I did that, when I was growing it, it actually but yeah, as I was saying, when I first started, I had no clue how these went because when growing pineapple, some people think they got to do so many crazy things comparatively when growing it. It's actually very easy once you get to know the plant. Um, and me personally, with this plant itself, or these plants, I had actually grown them or started from that one plant, like I was saying previously, that after I harvested the pineapple off of it, I was, feeding it regularly, caring for it. And then in the duration of doing that, I noticed that it looked like it had like a couple little extra side growths on it, which at the time I wasn't thinking too much of it. I just thought would have been an extra thing, branch or something. But those were actually little growths from new plant because I did not know that. I thought that was just like extra leaves coming off, and then if you look, it just looked like to me at the time since I was familiar with other plants, it looked to me as if it were, let's say, um, like say if since I'm used to growing tomato plants and pepper plants and various other plants, from what I've seen with a lot of those, when I seen those growths on it, I thought it was just like extra side growth that was actually going to come out and branch out, make it look bushier. But eh, I ended up finding out after letting them grow for so long, they were just a plant, another plant. So from that one little small plant, I had two side growths coming off of it that turned into two other plants. So that main plant died off. Then I had two plants in place. Then let them grow. Then those two plants turned into more. And well, it wasn't like sprouts out of the dirt. It was actually off the size of the plant itself. So they weren't even in the dirt. So it was just different. And yeah, it was. I mean, in my eyes, I appreciated seeing that because that just showed me something a little different in how that type of plant grew. So and yeah, so like when they started out doing that when they're producing all these plants, I didn't even do the plant did that on its own after I was showing the time and effort to feed the plant, care for it, and keep it going through the winters. Which is unfortunate about this type of plant. They're more tropical. So around here, that would make it wouldn't be a year round plant. It would not. It would not make it through the winter. At least from my experiences, you leave this plant out there in this region, it's just gonna and the winters will get too harsh. Um, but spring, summer, fall, yes, but winter, not so much. Um, See, these plants are those plants that really appreciate the tropical regions. Um, you can keep the plant in some warm weather and all that. Keep it fed, keep it watered, and wow, you'll have a plant that can produce for you. Um, Actually, I got a couple plants in the AeroGarden, but those are ones I'm waiting to transplant. I should have transplanted them months ago. But those ones I haven't barely been taking care of, and it needs water right now because the arrow garden is flashing that I need to water it. But what I'm going to do in the next, I got to do it within the next couple of days. I'm going to have to. I got this, as you see, I got a lid. What I have done with this one before, I had a plant in it that I wish I didn't kill off, but I had to kill it off because I planted it way too early and it started taking over my grow area. Um, but yeah, um, this is a 1.3 gallon container, and I got this at one of those big name stores. I don't really want to mention it right here on the stream right now. It's kind of like I'm giving it a plug, and I don't really want to do that. This is 1.3 gallon container. It came with several containers within it, but yeah. So I had this cut out in the center because I cut this to where it would fit one of these. These are one of the little AeroGarden cups or neck cup things. And I just basically put it in there, shove it in there where it gets nice and snug. I'm thinking about, there's a little small habanero plant in there, but I'm I don't know if I put it in this, it'll take off like crazy. And I think I might just do that because that wouldn't be bad to have some habaneros. Habaneros can be pretty productive, and I won't have to worry about the plant getting too tall. Um, so yeah, if it's just right in here, and once I have a plant there, the plant's going to hold it more in there. Uh, then I basically fill it up to that line. So and well, yeah, you'd have to block out the light from that. But what I've done is that I would take some foil, some aluminum foil. I've gone to the local dollar store and gotten some cheap foil for $1, and then just kind of taken it, wrap some around the basin for it, and maybe a little around the top sometimes, um, depending on how that goes. And then I'll just do that when I need to. Just put a little bit of tape on it to hold the foil together. And whenever I know that it needs to be changed or something, I'll change it. So I mean, sometimes it can be a week, sometimes it'll be a few days, but sometimes what I've noticed is you don't have to change out the nutrients as frequently as some may think. Now, if you notice something going on with the plant, then yes. But what I've learned is there are some plants that I've actually left for weeks and almost a month straight before, and without even doing anything with it. And that's what makes it real nice. Is that you know, and that's yeah. So and let's see. Um, well, Mary, you could for hydroponics, you do need a light source. Um, they don't have to be anything extravagant. No, they don't have to be luxurious lights. They just have to be lights that will encourage plant growth. Um, you can find decent lights if you only plan on growing a couple plants, and these work great even on house plants. So you can use fluorescent shop lights. I even seen these ones that would be awesome for growing. I should have gotten them when I had that at the time, but it was for like about $70. This was at a store, and they don't really just do grow lights like that. But they're these heavy duty grow lights that had 10,000 lumens to them. But those ones would be awesome for you can grow a a whole grow area, but or a nice area. But I'm just saying, if you wanted to go with LEDs, then LEDs would be awesome to grow or use because, in general, they tend to use less electricity or less power than fluorescent or incandescent bulbs and stuff like that. Um, Sorry if I haven't said anything to the other people that have been in here for a little bit, but hey, Susie or Susan, um, and Happy Pepper, how you doing? And caring for Mary, caring for the plants indoors isn't all that difficult. Actually, it's actually pretty simple. You just got to get to know it. That's all. Um, it's, it's not all that hard to get the hang of that at all. Not at all. Um, it's just a little bit of a little bit of looking up. More of it's getting hands on with it and get to see it physically and get to tinkering with it a bit. Because you'll find that with different things becomes different situations to deal with. I find that me personally, for me to grow indoors, I'm only going to grow just a few. Because what happened with me in my case last year, I ended up getting ahead of myself and having so many dang plants. So, um, I think what I may do is I have just enough plants in the arrow garden that I think I might just stick with those for the winter. Um, so I think I have like four, maybe five, maybe six plants in there that I could actually do that. You know, I don't need 1,000 plants. Um, but then once I get those out of the arrow garden, I will have to put I will end up putting like a couple other plants in the arrow garden, and then I think those will be of some previous crosses of mine. Um, I don't know. I have to, there's details I'm still working on, so it'll hopefully this will be a lot better going around this year. But, but um, so but yeah, so I don't know. I think what I will do is end up. I got a couple of cheapo lights that are those strip lights you can get at the store for about 13 bucks. I think I might get another one or two something. I think I'll use those to. I think I will use those for growing um, certain herbs like basil and well a couple types of basil actually, but we'll see when I get there. But those are really good for starting off seedlings. I mean, that's actually what I'll have to do because I had started a flat like that and it actually worked pretty good with them. But yeah, so all right, Mary. Hope to see you again real soon on next videos where we can all talk about gardening and plant peppers. All right, but, but yeah, so all right, Mary. I'll get to talking to you about more about planting and all that stuff and plants. All right. But I still gotta do something about what I'm going to do about setup. So, um, so how's your doing plants doing? Happy Pepper? Susan, how's your plants doing? All right. Well, anyway, uh, uh, yeah, plants have a tendency to do that, Susan. Didn't you know that? Anyway, all being silly aside. Um, but yeah, so yeah, those heavy pepper, those ahi rainforests, it gets really loaded up. Um, when I grew those, I had the plant kind of had a nice canopy on that ahi rainforest, but just like with all freaking ahis, they just take so long to ripen. But yeah, yeah, prepared to wait. Be prepared to wait there, Happy Pepper Me, because yeah, I was doing a lot of waiting on those. I mean, nice pepper, yeah, but feel a little dehydrated. Seems to be the case. So we, but yeah, there seems to be like the norm, almost the norm when it comes to ahis. Like Sugar Rush, those take forever. And when I was growing the ahi rainforest, that took forever. But I don't know if any of y'all are growing these, but there's another type of pepper plant that I'm growing. I got two of them. It's called Mad Hatter, which strikingly looks a lot like ahis, man. I mean, down to the calyx on them, down to the way the plant grows. The big giveaway is the flowers. Now, now I've seen various types of flowers, even similar flowers look alike, and they do look a lot like that bishop's pepper, but they're supposed to be milder. But these ones are big. I mean, like some of them are this big around. I mean, and then I seen a guy like him up the street. He's got one, and his are it's like, man, but yeah. So I don't know what's up with the ones I'm growing. I don't know if that's the norm for it, but these ones are pretty large. Um, Now I'll post some pics up on probably on Instagram. I'm not sure yet. Um, but yeah, these ones are just like they'll be resting in my hand. They look big. They look like a golf ball that's got something around it. A golf ball. You can hide a golf ball in them pretty much. Um, but yeah, so it's really nice to see that go the way it does because I did see some that were look like they're starting to turn the color at the top where the calyx is. Um, it would be nice to see them turn and get them to try them. They're more of a mild type. So if they're selling them at stores and local garden centers, more than likely they're not going to be outrageous because most garden centers, the highest they've started to go in most commercial places is ghost peppers, which is a relief to see because for years, um, yeah, so as I was saying, for years they were just as high as they would go was habanero, which is nice, but it wouldn't be all that fun because they didn't have the greatest variety, but they did have some. But it kind of wasn't the best because they would change from year to year, season to season. But they still have. But I can encourage people to look everywhere. Even grocery stores at times carry some odd pepper plants that they only use for accents to flowers at times. So, if you could, I suggest, I'm not telling you what to do, I'm just suggesting that please take a look around. Even at garden centers, or not garden centers, even some stores that aren't known to have garden centers. Because if they have a floral arrangement department, and where you can go buy cut flowers or some plants, and sometimes in the year they will have other varieties thrown in there with some of their flowers just to throw some color in for a while. And chances are they'll probably be some types of ornamentals, but when that's just and if you go there asking what the names are, good chance is a lot of them will be like, all I know is this ornamental. That's what they're going to tell you. A good percentage of the time. Now, it's not bad because you can just either take the plant as is, grow it, and then maybe get a few ripe pods, and then you have some more to grow for another generation, and then you have some other plants to add to your list. So, but yeah, um, let's see here. Yeah, yeah, yeah. That's the thing is the Kingstar pepper plants. I didn't plant too many of those at all this year. Ones I did, they didn't get out till late, so they're not that far along. But they are trying to. But the thing is I think I will. Um, I don't know. I have to see what I got left of seed wise of that. Um, yeah, I'll just try again next season because I'd rather not try growing them indoors right now while I have some other stuff in mind. I'll just have to hold off on those until when I can. So, yeah. But all in all, I got another other ideas for going indoors now. Um, if I'm going to do them indoors, I'll have to do them differently than I did last year or this year or this past year, or whatever, because it's just that with the way I ended up being crowded in here with that with the plants, and I didn't have room for to start as many plants as I did the previous season because I had my cracky plants all set up in here, taking up all my space for the seed starting space. So I wasn't able to encourage them to grow fast enough to get them outdoors in the proper amount of time. But um, what I will have to do is if I'm going to do that indoors, I will have to do something else. Yeah, well, so you want me to add you on Instagram? Eee, good lord. No, but all right. I tried messaging DMing you on Instagram, but you did not respond at all. So, um, it's all right. I'll hit you up. But wait. In the air garden, I still need to put water in that before it dries up. Um, We'll have to get those plants out of there, clean it out, put the pump back in, put the other attachment back on there, and yeah, because ever since earlier this year when I started using that seed starting attachment, I have not changed that back out. I just have the basically a couple plants in there cracky style or cracky method style. So, um, uh, dang, I should have bought that light strip when I had the chance. Um, that LED light strip that would have been awesome for about $100, but that would have been awesome for seed starting and maybe growing some plants indoors. Um, Actually, having pepper, no, I don't use airstone in arrow garden. I've never have in my arrow garden. I just haven't felt compelled to. The plants I have had in there have done pretty well, or really good. There's been times where I had to cut them back a bit just because of that. Um, and in other ways, I've also had to, I don't know, I just had to make adjustments in there. The plants I have in the arrow garden, I not leaving in there just mostly because of the principle of it. Um, I and once I get those out of there, that will help me out in where I can put a couple other seeds to start some other varieties of mine to advance them along more. Hopefully, um, there's some varieties that sometimes they do awesome and sometimes they don't do great in that. And as I've stated before, people of Arrow Garden, I really appreciate if you increase the size of the reservoir in the Arrow Garden models, and all of them. Okay. Well, you can have ones with a smaller reservoir as options, but I'm just saying, without having to increase your price at all, please increase the reservoir on it. That would help out the growers so much, and it would be greatly appreciated. But all right. Yeah, I'm kind of holding off on. I've been kind of holding off on doing that as well, mostly because I don't want to jump the gun a little bit or jump to conclusions on it because I just won't want to get ahead of myself on it. I'd rather have plants that are producing at good times without having to, I don't know, create extra work that I don't need. But it's always nice to have winter pods. So yeah, I don't know. I haven't really been doing some of the experiments like I was going to do, or I had thought and I had in mind earlier this year. But hopefully, I can get that going on this season coming around. There's a couple of ones that I could probably do in the garden, no problem. Um, I'll just have to see or think about what I have in mind about that. There are certain containers or certain things I could probably use for purposes of growing outdoors in the cracky style method. I just gotta see about that. Let me see this here. Um, I had like last year, I had one of these. I had basil in one of these. These are a 5 gallon tub, and I don't know if anybody that's possibly watching right now remembers it. I did some posts on G Plus when it was still around, which I'm still sad to say it's not around like that, like it was. But it's really um, and then I've even shown it in some previous videos as well. Um, yeah, it'd be really nice to see all that. It's been really nice to see how all those. I had Thai basil growing; they bushed out really well. I was been taking cuttings here or there, but it was just awesome to see how well it did inside. And I didn't have it directly under light either. I had it more off to the side. And then I'll just turn it every so often, just so it kind of even it out. The reason why I did that is because I had other plants growing that would appreciate the light a little more directly. And I noticed with stuff like basil, you don't have to have it directly under light. I mean, just to get it going, keep it going. That'd be cool that you're doing your experiments on that. That's awesome. Um, so I mean, I'm doing more. Mine's more experimenting around to learn from. That's all. That's what I want to do is take away the learning and the experience from doing these. Um, I know there's going to be ways I can improve, but being as a gardener and grower, I find myself constantly trying to learn and improve. So, I mean, I take everything as learning experience. What this works for me and what that doesn't work for me. It's like that a lot. I mean, it's a good way to find different ways of growing. I mean, comparatively, in retrospect, it's I've found learned a lot um, going through this stuff. Um, but I mean, over the years of growing plants, I've learned different things that I had not expected. But um, there are still some things that I am meant to do that I should have done but didn't. Um, there's some of these there's some of these things that I do have aerators for that are that I will, and they do have their little own air stone things on them that I will try. I'm not expecting much, but I'm just trying something different. So yeah. And some of these I won't have to have them plugged into a socket. I can just have them powered by battery, and then I won't have them like in a spot where they can themselves can get wet or anything like that. So well, hey, Happy Pepper, I hope you good luck on your experiment and all that. And I know the play. I've seen how people have shown that, but I like to see that first person to see how well that does for me. I mean, I'm not going to keep my hopes up too much, but me seeing something firsthand will show me myself. I mean, that's the that's how I think that's easier for me to learn that way. Just like it is easier for anybody else to learn that way. They learn from doing. But yeah. So yeah. Um, I'll be toying around with my own ways, doing my own contraptions. Maybe a little rudimentary or a little practical. I'm going for more practical use. I mean, so I mean, I'm going with what I have available. I'm not going out searching for a bunch of stuff to do that. So that's what's going to make it different in my situation. Um, shoot, gears are rolling right now because I just seeing all this stuff that I was supposed to do something with. Yeah, I can relate to that one. Happy Pepper now. Honestly, I can really relate to that. Um, but as with most of us can, or a lot of us can anyway. So yeah, but I was supposed to be doing a video of my one cross this year. This cross is what I've talked about before. I've even talked about it on Instagram that that I was some plants I was going via cracking method earlier this year. These plants I did a cross experimentation indoors. Like the mother and father plant were both in coffee containers, doing cracky style method, and yeah, it was pretty cool. Um, so, but yeah, um, so as I was saying, last year I had several plants in here, and I had two plants that I did an experimental cross with that I wasn't sure how it would go, and I'm still not sure how that result's going to be because even if a person feels they have a pod stabilized, there will still be variation down the line. No matter what, even though you may have genetics in there, the genetics there, it's just there's always going to be that variation factor. It's nature. Um, so no matter how stable you want a plant to be or a strain to be, give it time, and there will be variation. Um, just like with jalapenos, there's variants of those, as is they also due to selective breeding, but there's also genetic variations, not just genetic variations, but through variations of the grower, each grower, and growing over time. Um, but like ghost peppers and ghost peppers, the strains have been around for years and years and years, but also there's been old stories of it from interbreeding of peppers long down years and years and country to country, spread to here and there, region to region, grower to grower, has gotten different things going and accented different phenotypes, different flavors after generation after generation, and so on. It continues to change it. Like, say, if I were to be growing a ghost pepper strain in my over for and for over generation, let's say, for example, I get a ghost pepper plant or seeds, grow that out, save seeds from that plant, do the same thing next year and the next year and the next year and the next year and the next year. There's bound to be changes involved. Now, I know everybody's open to their own opinion about it, their own thoughts and their own intel on it, but I've seen in my personal experience that after I've grown plants over a number of years and then generation and generation and generation, it there's variation. Now, I would have liked to have kept some of the ghost pepper seeds that I had, or ghost pepper seeds from the ghost pepper plant from some years ago when I first started, or not when I first started, but when I mean, so from some years ago, it would have been awesome because I like the genetics of them. I mean, and the pods were pretty nice. I just kind of regret not saving seeds from it. And then another one is a Bush Tea Scorpion. I still miss that strain. I mean, I did grow for like 1 or 2 seasons or so, and I still miss it to this day. Um, that's one of those strains I really like. No. I hear something going on outside. No. Sorry. It's a nature kind of thing. No. But yeah. as I was saying, going from generation to generation, year after year after year, yeah, I found out that some have changed so much so, not in a negative way, but you know, just there was changes. Definitely not in a bad way. Which I don't mind change. I accept it on there. Due to the fact is that nobody can control nature as much as they think they do. Nature does what it does, when it does, how it does, when it when it sees fit. So everybody's on that. You just do what you do. I do. Plant does it. I'm just there to help care for it. You know, I'm here to help guide them in their journey, and they're to help guide me in my journey as well. So it's find like a symbiotic relationship in between plants and people. So that's always nice. That's one I didn't really get a chance to grill much of this year. Spicy glow basil. I'll probably think I'll start a plant or two of this for indoor purposes, just to see how it goes. Um, I might actually grow a couple flowers indoors as well. Don't know yet. I'll have to see. Um, I don't know which plant I might want to do, but I have to see when I get there. Um, ooh, um, hmm, uh, but yeah. So yeah, I have plans for doing more videos. Should have been on some reviews already, but just have been having some stuff I have really had to take care of. Um, so feels like I gotta do some shaving or trimming in the face here. So uh, um, yeah, I hear you on that one. On there. So I'll I don't know. I just gotta see what's going on with this whole thing. Uh, I would be trying StreamYard out, but I don't know if I really trust that right now because that just eats up the battery life and almost burns up people's mobile devices too. So I don't know. I don't trust something like that. Oh. So I mean, if they really, really would like to improve that, then they really got to get their might out of the gutter on that one. I mean, they're supposed to be the technology people. So, but all right. Anyway, hope everybody's having an awesome weekend. So, but yeah. Man. Now, um, I have a couple of these one kind of containers I'm going to be experimenting around for growing indoors, and not sure how well it's going to work, but it's going to be something. So, and anybody that's watching the stream after the fact or during right now, please go and check out everybody else's channels that you see in the chat. Um, and then, there's Mary Clendenin, Ray. Let's see. Kate, Susie Suen, Happy Pepper. There's Rob Schaller was in here. Steely Dan. Oh. So everybody that you see in the chat, um, anybody that's viewing this after the stream is over, please take a look see at them. They have some good things going on. All right. So yeah, I do appreciate if you do that and show them some love. Um, and then anybody that's viewing right now, please do the same for me. Show me some love. Return that back to you. All right. All right. Everybody, this is 2019, people. Hashtag no one drama. And y'all know who he is anyway. No, I'm just kidding. But yeah, so I am looking forward to. The heck? Why is this over here? But yeah, I'm looking forward to trying different things. What I will look forward to growing indoors is lemon, basil, and lime basil. Those will be two to try. And another thing I'm going to be doing indoors is something else, but I'll just have to see how they. I don't know. I could probably do that and do that in a coffee container, but we'll see. Uh, Sorry. Thoughts of brewing. Um, what to get going this year in this coming up cold season. So once I get those out there in garden, that'll free me up to start other plants. And I'm not going to use a seed starting kit because seed starting kit, that'll be starting way too many plants ahead of time for myself. Which I'm not saying I can't do, just wouldn't make sense for me, my situation, to do that effectively because I have to get other stuff. If I'm going to be doing some of those things, I do not need to be going all out with that many plants at once. All I have to do is just start just enough to get it going. So yeah, I can start several in those, and then there's several I'll keep in there. Pull out some as needed. I'm going to have those 4, 5, 6, 7 or something like that. It's going to be a while. Oh, yeah. See, me personally, I really like with all this plant growing, gardening, stuff like that. There's a lot that comes from me that I put myself into in that. I enjoy growing plants, growing peppers a lot. It means a lot to me. And no matter what it means to other people, I know there's a lot of people, just a plant, just a plant. Yeah, to what you told yourself it is. But to me, I see them as more than plants. Those are things that if we didn't have, we'd be missing out on a lot. And so, I mean, there's a lot. There's so much to go over in regards to plants that it's very hard to keep up with. Um, I mean, like being out in the garden, it's just me and the plants. Nothing else, just me and the plant. Me out there in the garden doing what I gotta do. Focusing on that. And letting any problems, any negativity, any drama, any BS flow out and just get out. That's what it is. That's when it gets, get all that stress and all that negativity, negative vibes out. And it's always nice to be in there because it can be almost like a meditative kind of thing for me. Because they'll just be me in there. That's it. That's what I have to focus on. No stress, no added pressures. Well, there will be a pressure, but it's not the pressure in a negative manner. It's awesome. And what comes out from the plants, what they produce, I do appreciate even more because those help in the long run for me physically, emotionally, spiritually, and all that kind of stuff. It helps a lot in my situation. Due to that, I have psoriatic arthritis and another form of arthritis, and yeah, it helps. I mean, just pain a lot. I mean, it's not just that I'm trying to act like it's something I just use to you know, help me and everything. But it does help. I mean, if it can be anybody that doesn't believe me, they can go check on it for themselves. They'll see that you know people are using it for scientists are using it for medical research. Doctors are using it. People use it all the time. You even go to other countries. There's lots of countries that incorporate chilies, peppers, and most everything in their day-to-day life. So, um, but I can go on and on about that. And yeah, that'll be something for me. I can say personally, I use peppers as a way that helps me. I'm not saying it's an end all cure all, but it helps. I mean, There's times, days where it feels like, a person's in a high amount of pain. But I mean, so much so that when I get up and take a step, it just is such a pain in such a way that it makes you almost feel like you just want to drop on the ground and just stay balled up. But I can't. I can't do that. So I have to stay moving. And then when you get these forms of arthritis, stuff like that, that's what you got to do. You got to keep moving because heavy, deep forms of arthritis, if you're not moving enough or in such a way, you will, and joints tend to start seizing up. You got to keep the joints flexible, lubricated, moving. And I know there's different severities of each, which way a person responds to things. But in every sense of the word, of the arthritis, you find what helps you. And see, peppers and the spices and stuff like that I make helps. So please, everybody, look into that and start doing more stuff that are not always so dependent on synthetic stuff or drugs. Please don't focus on that. That'd be awesome of everybody to get hip with that. So, so yeah, but I've noticed more and more people are leaning towards those methods that will help. It also it helps to exercise the body and mind. If you don't exercise the body's going to get weaker, and inactivity leads it to uh, not being able to do a lot of stuff that you normally used to. I guess that also implies in the mind as well. So, body, mind, and spirit. So, do what you gotta do, people. Right? What may work for me may not work for you, but what may not work for you may work for me. So, and also, what may work for you may not work for me. So, either way, people, we gotta do what we gotta do. Alright. Alright. So, I really do appreciate everybody that shows up, that showed up in the chat. Um, there's no doubt. Um, I like being on here because I like to talk about gardening and chat with everybody about that. I like to show you all what I do in that kind of manner. I know there's people out there just trying to be the big all stars and everything, but that's not exactly what I'm out there deciding to do. I'm just out here being me, my plants, my garden. Alright? And then maybe we can talk and learn something from each other along the way. Alright, everybody? So, we all's peoples. So, alright. Well, I can go do what I gotta do. Check y'all later. Alright? Thanks again, everybody, for being here. And I do appreciate any and all who's watching. And anybody, please hit that button or tap that button, whatever you want to call it. And then, yeah, yeah, like to see y'all soon. Next video. Alright? Next time. Yeah, I got more videos to be showing up around in here. So, I have some plants showing up, but I won't be able to show every plant. I'll probably do a little more of a spotlight on certain plants going on. So, yeah. And it looks like tomorrow I might not have to water my plants, so that'd be cool. Because there's supposed to be moisture in the forecast. Alright, everyone. Alright. Yeah, bitch. Alright. Thanks, everyone. Oops. Excuse me. It tastes like pepper. But, alright. Alright, guys. Be well. Remember the hashtag Keep Spicy. Till next time, please stay tuned. Alright. Everybody, please. That'd be awesome. Alright. Alright, guys. Until next time. Peace out. Hashtag Keep It Spicy. Later.